Okay, we are live. Everybody, welcome. So today we're going to be demoing the X4 Infinity mod, right? So a couple of things. I posted this on Reddit, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so let me bring that up. All right. So I'm going to bring this up. So for those of you who don't know, who haven't seen this, I posted this mod on Reddit. So it sort of, I created this mod that allows you to generate as much sectors as possible in X4 Foundation. And as you can see, we have tons. This is around 200 generated sectors in the mod, and definitely most of you had questions. So uh, to sort of give you a background on this mod, I actually wanted to work on this 3 years ago. So this was one of the posts I made on Reddit, and it was 3 years ago, as you can see here. And I really wanted X4 to have this capability to be procedurally generated. Like if you see No Man's Sky, if you see Starfield, they have so many star systems, and it's infinity. It's sort of, it has no bounds technically. So X4 is a fantastic sandbox game, and I always wanted it to have that capability that you can just sort of infinitely expand uh, when playing in the X4 universe. So that is why I wanted to create this mod. So again, 3 years. But I wasn't working on this for 3 years, basically. It's on and off. I sort of had to figure out how to do this. Okay, first thing is first, it's basically a sector generator mod. We're going to see it in a bit. Uh, it's not procedurally generated. Now, when we say something is procedurally generated, it's being generated in real time. It's being seeded and it's sort of generating in real time, like No Man's Sky, for instance, a classic example. But when it comes to X4, most of the mods are sort of first scanned by the game, loaded in memory, and the game sort of runs it in its sandbox. So you're not going to have that capability to hook into that and try to dynamically change. I actually emailed some of the devs, if I remember, and it is not possible as far as uh, I saw, as far as I can see. You cannot sort of dynamically create, sectors. But basically, what I did was I created an app that sort of generates that for you guys. So it sort of auto generates. We're gonna see it in a bit, and you can generate as much sectors as you want. There are no limits. But we're gonna test the limits because this game is CPU intensive. Saves, compatibility with saves, as most other mods. After you install a mod and you make a save, if the mod is missing, uh, you're gonna have problems. So your save might not be able to load. So after you generate a sector and you play through the game and you save at some point, and if you delete that sector, and we're gonna see it in a bit, it's not gonna load. So you can basically you can install this in your playthrough, wherever you are right now at whatever type of playthrough you are, you can install it on your current save without any problems. But the problem comes when you sort of delete the mod after you save. All right, so just keep an eye on that. It goes for many mods, so don't worry about it. The other DLCs, apparently you don't need all the DLCs. You're not going to need all the DLCs, to be honest, because everything is going to be, all these sectors, all the gates are going to be generated. The gates to the sectors are going to be generated in the vanilla sectors only. And this is to sort of increase its compatibility with whatever version of X4 you're going to have. So um, it's not gonna sort of overlap, or it's not gonna you're not gonna need additional dependencies. But I highly suggest you get the DLCs. EgoSoft made a brilliant game. So saying that, today we're gonna be testing with. I'm gonna give you the environments. We're gonna be testing on a laptop that's running. It's an Acer Predator. It's running 1060 NVIDIA 1060, GTX 1060. We don't have an SSD, and 16 gigs RAM, 8th generation i7. So we're not really playing on some serious rig. So it sort of gives you a sense of what the bigger machines can handle, right? So you can sort of um, predict or make measurements. So my chair is squeaking. That's what I apologize for that. We have a cheat mod enabled. You're gonna see it here. Let me sort of maximize for you. We have a cheat mod enabled. This will allow us to sort of see the map, so that unless you sort of discover the sector, you're not going to be able to see it on your maps. So we need that mod. But apart from that, we have the DLCs. Right now, I'm not testing this on timelines. Since I've been working on this mod on version 6, we're on Kingdom Sand. So, but we're going to test it on timelines and version 7. But we're going to test on timelines at version 7, so no worries about that. All right, so let's get into it. So this is just to give you an idea of what it could be like. The max 2K Magic, the vanilla X4 had around 50 sectors, right? You can have 2,000 sectors, playable sectors with AI, with you, like it's uncharted territories. So the game's gonna expand just on a whole new level. But I really wish EgoSoft would actually give us this capability to sort of, just procedurally generate this in real time in game. But until that time comes, maybe we'll see that on X5. Until that time comes, you're stuck with me. So let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna open the mod, and I'm gonna explain a couple of things for you guys. All right, let me change this to this, and bam. So here, this is gonna be so it's sort of an application like this, all right? So you're gonna launch the application first. You're not gonna launch X4. And when you launch it, I'm going to maximize it for you guys. So you have a couple of things. This is a really simple application. So X4 to infinity. The first thing is the number of sectors. How much sector do you want to generate, right? So you can write whatever number you want there. I hope you tread lightly. So by default, it's 1. It says already generated 249. I was testing this previously, right? So for those reasons, it sort of keeps an eye on how much sectors you have already generated, so that it can sort of continue from there. So since I'm gonna be doing a fresh, as you can see here, so as you can see here, we don't have anything installed in the extensions folder. So I'm gonna be starting this from 1. So before starting that from 1, you have a couple of things. One, the generate button. So that just allows you to sort of generate the sector. 2 is the browse, so it allows you to sort of browse to your extensions folder. And 3 is reset. So if you don't browse and if you generate, it's still gonna ask you where is your extensions folder. So you have to always give it where the location of the extensions folder. So, and reset is, for instance, I was testing this on with 249 mods, 249 sectors. So now I'm doing a clean start. I just want to start from scratch. So I'm just going to click on reset. You don't see it here, but it sort of gives me a warning. This will reset the sector count to start from 1. Are you sure you want to reset? And you can click on yes. And here you're going to see it says already generated 1. So you haven't generated anything, but it's just going to start from 1. So don't worry about this. So basically, as you can see, we have no mods here. And I'm going to click on generate. Now, it asks me to select where the extensions folder is, right? So I'm going to go on Steam Apps Common, X4 Foundations Extensions, select folder. And so I'm going to select this folder basically, all right? And now I've selected. The second thing is now I just can give it a number. All right, sorry about that. All right, so basically, as you can see, actually we can do this from scratch, all right? So I'm gonna select the mods. Just clean. All right, we're cleaning this. I want to start this over because I want to be really clear on this. All right, let's reset. So it says already generated 1. We don't have anything here, as you can see. So we can actually do 20, to be honest. So I'm going to create 20, and I'm going to generate 20 mods. And as you can see, it starts building. And as you can see, it's populating my extensions folder. And we have 20. All right, so TL20. So basically, one sector is basically one mod. So the reason I didn't want to sort of chunk in, for instance, I could make TL1 10 sectors or 20 sectors, but that would sort of create, you would lose the flexibility that you would have. For instance, if you don't want a specific sector and you haven't saved the game, you can delete that specific sector. All right, so for those flexibility reasons, modularizing the mods was needed. That's why you're seeing that. So let me take this out. And now it's already generated. I'm going to open X4 and all right, let me so I'm going to open X4 and I'm going to see you in a bit. Okay, we are back. X4 has opened. Let me open this. So, wow, that was loud. Let's go to extensions, and as you can see, in the extensions, you can see all these mods have been added, right? So we're just gonna load. So I had a save with one sector. So a couple of things until the game loads. Let me. So here we have. So here, I think. Let me see if you can see it. So here, these are the coordinates the gates are going to be randomly generated in. So I sort of narrowed the whole thing down because we want to test. We don't have to sort of travel a bunch of sectors away to just test one sector, right? So all these 20 sectors are going to be created within this X and Y coordinates, so that we can. It's sort of easier for us to sort of check and see where they are. So initially, I created a save with one mod, with TL1, and here, I'm not sure if you guys can see. This is telling it to only create the sector in one vanilla sector, in black hole, I think, black hole sun. So that's the sector that we're going to be starting in. So I made this because I made sure that all the gates to the new sectors are going to be generated in the sector, and they're going to be generated in the specific X and Y coordinate. So you're going to see a couple of cramped uh, gates for the time being, but later we're going to do a full-blown test on all the vanilla sectors, and it's going to be dispersed, and you're going to see the locations and everything. And okay, we are in. I'm going to bring X4 back. All right, so here, as you can see, I made sure my ship is near the coordinate where the gates are going to be generated. So these are the gates. So I made sure I created these clusters intentionally so that we can test them easily, right? So let's try this one, right? Good. All right. So as you can see, we have entered a new system. I'm going to stop the engines. I'm going to go to the maps, and as you can see, um, this was the initial sector, and this is one of the sectors that we just jumped in. The reason you can't see the other sectors is because we haven't discovered them yet. So to do this, we have installed the chip mod for this specific reason. So 561, that will reveal the entire map for us. Now you can see all jump gates, and as you can see, they're cramped into one sector here, black hole sun. As you can see, these are the sectors, and they all map to this sectors, right? So right now we are here at the top, TL20, 20 sector. Um, Again, I am working on creating a better placement for this sectors, but for the timing, bear with me. We're gonna have this ladder thing building up. So let's go back. And so hopefully you have seen what the sector looks like, right? You know, bright orange star, dark, nothing there, no planets, no moon. All right, so all right, so so this was the one we entered. So we can go here and okay, looks similar, doesn't it? All right, let's try that one. As you can see, the gates are cramped. All right, let me some travel speed. And there we go. Another void system. So you can see where this is going, right? All right, let me sort of create some distance. All right, so as you can see, I don't know if we can find, um, AI ships jumping through. You can see a couple of gates just overlapping here. Um, but basically, um, you're gonna find the AI jumping into this gate, yeah, without question. So it's sort of friendly. It's sort of an uncharted territory for everybody to explore. Right? It's not just for you. The AI can access it, the Xenon, everybody. It's fair game. I'm going to exit. And so as you can see, we created 20 sectors, right? Now I'm going to go into the source code and I'm just going to change a couple things. One, we're going to test this with the entire vanilla sectors, all right? All of them. And second, we're going to have a problem here. I want to sort of create some space between the gates. So I think we can push this to around 90. All right. All right. So I'm gonna run the application again. Let me enable this. There we go. So I'm going to reset, but first reset, the one thing you have to understand here is I have to delete all this. So another great thing about this mod, I'm going to delete all. And I'm going to be here and reset so that it will start from 1. Now we're going to be generating, so we did 200, right? So it's time to push the boundaries and let's go for 500. All right, so let's generate. Select folder and click generate. 500, fellas. So you're gonna see the bar here sort of just go small and small. So until we see 500, so as you can see, it's going, it's exploring 129, still creating 150. So it's gonna take a while because we're literally generating randomized sectors in all the vanilla sectors. So it's going to be placed randomly, right? So it's going to randomly select a source sector, put a get there, create the sector, and put a get there. So you get the idea. So how much? We're 300. Yeah, well, we're doing good. We're doing great, actually. 350. So if you have an SSD, this is going to speed up a lot. So there we go. We're almost at 500. It's literally generating 500 sectors for you guys. 500. All right. 486, 494, and we have 500. So we have 500 mods enabled. So again, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to start X4, let it load. I'm actually going to start a timer, okay? All right, I'm making my stopwatch. So 00, as soon as I open it, I'll count and I will see you in a bit. All right, welcome back. All right, let me turn this down. All right, so it took 4 minutes, 80 seconds to load 500 mods. So here you're gonna see that my system has started to lag, right? It's yeah, it's noticeable. Um, oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Oh, actually, it's not. Look at this. Look at all the mods that have been generated. All right, those are the 500 mods. So basically, the extensions folder, as much as it can hold, it can load. Okay, if you have the memory, if you have the storage, and the processing power, it's not going to be a problem. So now, 4 minutes, 80 seconds, we're going to do a reset, and we're going to start another clock for starting the game, right? So, has started. There we go, and I'm going to see you in a bit. Okay, we are back, and take your bets, place your bets, everybody, because it took 4 minutes and 11 seconds to load this. So again, keep my machine in mind. All right, so it's sort of working closely. I had to start a new gun. It couldn't sort of start from the save. I had a problem with that, so I had to start from the young gun game start. Okay, so as you can see, it's a bit laggy. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, you can see the stress of 500. So I'm also okay. I'm gonna do the Shift D. That will just. All right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna dock. Okay, and let's get out of the station. Okay, so I think if right, so I'm just gonna sort of stop the engines here and safely. So we're gonna go in maps, and as you can see, you can't see anything. Now I'm honestly afraid to sort of make the 500 sectors visible. All right, saving. I just have to do this for obvious reasons. So, all right, game saved successfully. Moment of truth. All right, 5, 6, and 1. The map is now. Jesus. All right, so you can see what the hell. Like my mouse can barely hover, or it can barely do this. So this is insane. 500. I feel like it's gonna crash any moment, to be honest with you guys, because 500 is insane. Um, but I think so. Here you go. So it sort of just literally just extends the entire ladder, as you can see. Um, so what I'm going to do is, do I have something close? That's I think. Jesus. Yeah, we have a bunch of them. I think we can start guidance, and let's just, and of course, so for some reason, so you can, Jesus, so out of the 500, you can see a couple of them. So, we're going to be flying to this one. This looks like the closest. Yeah, 500 mods, 500 sectors, and as you can see, it's struggling. It's struggling. So my machine is recording 2 monitors, X4, and yeah. So I hope you can understand the angle I'm coming from, and we're gonna just shoot ourselves inside. Bam. All right, we're gonna stop the engines. And you can see it's stuttering. It's understandably stuttering, but for 500 sectors, it's doing amazing. It's doing amazingly. Um, this is insane. Alright. So basically, uh, yeah, we can sort of explore the new sectors. Have all DLC sectors plus 500 mods, 500 sectors for me to sort of just um, so let's see what that one carries. So imagine these are not just a couple, like you have this in every vanilla sector, right? And as you can see, so this one's a bit weird. So it's devoid of space. So that's the idea. Uncharted space territory. You're not gonna be jumping into. All right, let's try. Yeah, let's just try one more, right? But it sort of gives you that ability where the game sort of expands. Like imagine you have 32 gigs of RAM, better, an i9 with and ooh, this one is nice. And yeah, so it would actually be really nice if we could. Oh, there we go. We have an AI. I was about to. So you can see that anybody can sort of, this AI just sort of just, uh, just chilling in the new sector basically, right? You can, there you go. So that is the mod for you. Now I'm not going to be exceeding this more than 500. This is as much as my um, machine can handle. But hopefully, this sort of gives you an idea of what the mod accomplishes. It gives you sectors to expand the game, to expand your space. So I was also thinking of sort of, creating this gates. For example, you go into one mysterious gate and another mysterious gate is also in the area. So I created that, and that created this twist and turns, like a spaghetti connection that sort of just was unbearable to navigate. So I thought it would be better if we sort of create this mystery gates in the node sectors, and you can sort of start expanding, right? You can play through the base game or the DLC sectors, and if you want to sort of juice things up, give the AI or yourself space to expand, you're gonna have this sectors. Now, if I go and look at this, this is insane. Where? What was that again? Chill, chill. So map, and we are in. So the 113th sector, right? So here, again, you're gonna see just ladders and ladders of this. Right, it's actually better if I just. Oh, so I'm just gonna do this. So you can see 500 sectors just distributed all over the vanilla sectors only, right? So if I come to this sectors right here, you're not going to find uh, any gates that connect to this custom gates, right? Because these are new sectors in the Sol system. That is why you're not going to be needing all the DLCs. But I highly suggest, I highly recommend that you get them. Yeah, so this is 500 sectors. Um, I want to try 1,000, but so here you're going to see some form of overlap, right? So they're like sectors can sort of overlap. This is because I exceeded the number of sectors I can sort of put in one row. So I think it sort of starts stacking them downwards. So I think I have to fix this. It's not going to affect anything. You're not going to be, in two dimensions in two sectors at the same time. Basically, they're just overlapping on the map, not in, for instance, we jump in one of them. Do we have a sector that goes to? Jeez, I can't even navigate. Let's see. Which sector am I in? Yeah, okay. But yeah, that's basically about it. As you can see, it runs smoothly when it wants. Sometimes you're going to have that staggering, and slowly when more ships come, when there are huge battles, when you have uh, more assets being loaded in the game, you're gonna find yourself uh, slightly busy. So just keep an eye out for that, because right now this is a fresh start game. This is not an end game where I have massive number of ships that I'm commanding here and there. But when that comes, you might experience some performance. It's no questions asked, right? But for the time being, you can safely generate until 300 sectors without a problem, I think. Um, so as you can see, now the stuttering sort of comes. You can see the lag because there are many assets, there are stations, ships all over me. So you're gonna feel you're gonna feel the heat. Let's try one more. Let's try the top one. You know, that one right there. So that's a four, I think. That might be overlapping. We'll see. Let's go back. Um, but to be honest, it's actually surprisingly handling well. I feared the worst. Let's try this one. Okay. Let's try that one. All right. So yeah, you could feel the performances. Nice one, right? So yeah, this basically is uh, this basically is it. Uh, so if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, hopefully I'll release this after I tested with timelines, and then yeah, it sort of gives you uh, all the capabilities that you need to just expect. Now this can infinitely go. You can create thousands of sectors as much as your machine can handle. You know, you can have those. You know, if you have a server farm or something, uh, yeah. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, again, let me know down in the comments. And I will release this hopefully after testing it with version 7 and timelines. But in the meantime, there you go, 500 sectors tested. I wanted to test this with like 2,000 sectors, but uh, it's I'm running a 1060 that has OBS up and running, that has a second monitor and running X4 with 500 sectors generated. So that is about it. So I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.